Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whatever time it may be when you're watching this. If you are under the age of 18 and it's 3 in the morning and you're watching this, A, go to bed. Like, stop. Go to bed. And B, why are you watching me at 3 in the morning? Kind of weird. Episode number 13 of Album a Day Online. My name is Daryl Bianco. I am a very critical person. Something like that. All right. So those of you who've been watching the show thus far, all 12 episodes of it, I wanted to make sure that you weren't getting bored with the predominantly guitar-driven music that I had been reviewing. It is a large portion of the music that I purchase and listen to, but there is also some R&B, there's some hip hop, there is some blues and some jazz, and there's a whole bunch of music that I do listen to. Although I do admit, predominantly you will see me review alt rock and hard rock and even metal um, albums on this show. Not so this evening. This evening, well, because it's evening right now as I'm recording this. Could be morning, could be 3 again. You kids, stay in school. You got to get up early to get to school. Go to bed. Um, the soundtrack for one of my favorite movies last year. This is the soundtrack for the movie Chef. Now, this is a movie written and directed by um, Jon Favreau. Mr. Favreau sort of got his break in the industry back in 1994 with the movie Swingers. If you've never seen it, it translates pretty well today, just as well as it did 20 years ago. He's done a lot of stuff with Vince Vaughn, and he went on to direct the first 2 Iron Man films, and then was a co-star in the third. So he does have some writing chops. He does have some directing chops, and he put himself in a movie about a guy who gets sick of working in a big corporate kitchen and goes out and buys a food truck and travels the country with his son over the course of a summer, reconnecting with his son and serving up cubanos, which is a Cuban sandwich, and it looks so good. If you haven't seen this movie, I highly recommend it, if only for the the awesome 3.5 minutes of Robert Downey Jr. is in the film and just totally steals the picture. It's amazing. Um, but also, if you're a sucker for father-son stories like I am, you'll like the movie too. And also, if you tend to watch the Food Network a lot and you like Guy Fieri and that type of personality with food, you'll like this movie too, because this movie treats the food in the movie um, less like set pieces and prop pieces and more like food should be treated. Like it's actually being treated lovingly by this film. All right, this soundtrack contains a wide variety of of music that is all used in the film, and John really understands that music in a movie can really accentuate the good parts of the movie and make them that much better. And that is definitely true for the music he chose, and I'm sure he had a team of people helping him find good music for this soundtrack. There's even, I should let you know, in the liner notes, and this is what you don't get, kids, when you download, especially when you illegally download music, you don't get, first of all, that new CD smell, and you also don't get some of the great liner notes, like a recipe for making your own cubanos. Wow. There you go. That's me being an old man. This soundtrack contains a lot of um, Latin music, some Afro-Cuban, some traditional Cuban music. It contains some blues rock. It combines some New Orleans big band style stuff. There's an awesome cover of Sexual Healing by the Hot 8 brass band on here, which is pretty much worth the cost of this CD just unto itself, just for that one track. But of course, no Latin influenced soundtrack or music outing is complete without someone doing a cover of Oil Como Va, which is very well done by Perico Hernandez on this soundtrack. And there's so much good music on here. There's a little bit of reggae, a little bit of ska, and I recommend it. That's all I have to say for this evening. If you like movies about food, you like movies about guys down on their luck who sort of break out on their own, watch the movie Chef. If you like good, fun soundtracks, good for dancing, good for dinner parties, pardon the pun, that's not a pun, it's just a bad joke. If you like music, good for dinner parties that you can put on and that nobody will disagree with because it's on in the background, but it's still a lot of fun, and that you very easily can turn up and turn a dinner party into a dance party. The Chef soundtrack, I recommend it highly. There you go. My name is Daryl Bianco. I've been your critic this evening.